Julius Pruitt, the George Kell Motor Company Player of the Game, and one of the guys just been a steady force for the Hounds the last several years, and a senior and then linebacker out there. And it's a tough position to play, but it's one of those positions where you get to hit a little bit.
Yes, sir.
How long you been a linebacker, and what made you want to be one of those linebackers? That's what I want to know.
I've been a linebacker since 8th grade.
Okay.
And just
coaches pick you out and they say, "I think you'd be a linebacker."
Just pick me.
What's fun about being a linebacker? Tell me about being in that position.
It's just the controlling the defense and the contact.
Yeah,
I love it.
The contact's fun, isn't it? Yes, sir. Of course, you played beside a pretty good linebacker last year, no doubt with O'Shea. No doubt, little family atmosphere going on out there. But a great victory tonight. And first of all, I want to ask you, tell us about your preparation for the week and how that went, and the practice schedule and so on, and what Coach Hansley preached to you all week.
Well, we just went through Monday. We went through film and saw what they did. Coach told us about keys and their players to look out for, like their quarterback, who was very elusive.
Yes, he was, wasn't he? Yes.
Then we just went out on the field and went over some of their formations and stuff. Then Tuesday we went over our keys, and just Coach told us not to let them sneak up on us like they did the past couple years, where we just let them creep up on us, and we had to have a dogfight for the rest of the game. Yeah. He told us to jump out on top at the beginning, and then just keep playing like we know we can.
Well, I think we did that. I think you guys executed the game plan, and that's what coaches always want to see. They want to give you guys a game plan and trust that you guys can implement the game plan and make adjustments along the way. But you guys defensively are pretty good. You got a lot of guys out there that run to the football, and a lot of fun playing with those guys, I would guess.
Yes, sir.
All right, got to ask you this. I noticed on your helmet you brought it up, and you have these little things on it that says "Do your job." And if I've heard Coach Hansley say that one time, you've heard him say it a million times. I've only heard him say it probably about 10,000 times, but I can hear him in this booth over it. Do your job. What are the little stickers for? And I know what they represent, but I don't know what they're for. What are these for? How do you get one of these?
You get them by one for a win and one for a conference win. Then if you do special things throughout the game, Coach, like, he gives you an extra sticker for, like, passing leader, tackle leader, things like that. Then if you had, like, a spectacular play, like JT, the interception he had, he's gonna get one on it. And different things like that, where you just stand out. And Coach asked all the players if there's anybody we'll like to nominate, and when you get nominated for one, that feels really good, because it shows that your teammates acknowledge
awesome.
your good work.
Yes, yeah, that is awesome, isn't it? Oh, I love that. Well, we've got some more football games. We got 3 more football games. You play them one at a time. We're on the road to Corning, then we're on the road to Piggott, and then we have those little Seminoles here. But a lot of work still ahead for you guys, and I'm sure y'all know that. And I mean, how's your mindset going into the stretch? This time of year. What's the mindset of the team overall? What are you guys feeling?
We just play hard every down and try and get to that 1 seed in the playoffs and go as far as we can.
You bet. I've got to ask you this. I always, talk about education, and what about after high school? Have you thought about what you're going to do and where you're going to go to college? Have you had an opportunity to decide any of those things yet?
I would like to go with O'Shea to OBU.
Good.
And I want to major in pre-med and be an orthopedic surgeon.
Wow, good, great, fantastic. Well, if you do become an orthopedic surgeon, we certainly want you to bring your talents back to Newport, Arkansas. No doubt. Yes, hey, there's no doubt you can do whatever you want to do, young man. You got a bright future ahead of you as an athlete, but more importantly, as a human being in life. And I'm proud of you and excited that you're the George Kell Motor Company Player of the Game. Thanks. That's Julius Pruitt, and he was outstanding tonight. The George Kell Motor Company Player of the Game. Coach Mark Hansley and the Coach's Show brought to you by Subway in the Walmart Supercenter. And Coach, a 50-point victory tonight, 56-6. It was never really in doubt from early on. Hounds moved the football offensively, defensively, did what we're supposed to do. The special teams were outstanding. good effort, and you didn't want these guys to slip up. That's what Julius just said. He said, we didn't want these guys to slip up on us because we played them in the past when we just got to, he called it dogfights, and I know that came directly from you.
Yeah, 2 years ago we were on this very field. Yes. I remember a picture I took with the seniors out there, 27-26 against Manilla, and should have never happened. I blame the black jerseys. But then, last year we had to beat them to go to playoffs, and we got in a dogfight.
Yes, absolutely.
For a quarter and maybe even a half. So, I always call them a stumble game. When you don't want a stumble game, you want teams that you're supposed to beat, and you're supposed to keep your focus and not stumble on them and just do what you're supposed to do and get to the next week.
Well, I think we did that.
We did.
I think we did that for sure, and wanted talk a little bit about, offensively. You can't really get into the flow of what you do best when you're having the big plays, but the big plays are just part of the game. You have those. But overall, we're moving the football at will and stopping those guys when we really needed to stop them.
I'll tell you what, we talked all off season about how can we get more explosive in the offense.
Yeah.
How can we get more explosive? Now, getting Theron Davis makes you more explosive.
Sure.
97 yards and just
yes, sir.
But then you pair him with Monquel, even Clemmy, and then with what Cash can do at quarterback is unbelievable. I mean, really, he throws dudes open. I know we've talked about this before, but he just doesn't throw to open receivers. He throws dudes open sometimes.
Absolutely.
O-line does their job. And I think we just have an explosive offense right now. We really do. We have a lot of dudes that we can just throw the ball to. Even Chris Reynolds coming in.
He's been amazing.
You talk about all the time next man up, and when you finally get to see that and the kids see that, they it's a great feeling when really the next man did come up and he's filling in.
Yeah, he's filling in well.
He's doing the job of the guy. And me and Coach Reynolds talked about it just the other day is, you never know when you're going to get that opportunity, but you have to do your job when you get that opportunity.
That's correct.
And I'll tell you what, man, that kid, he's come in and made plays, and it just shows you that we have a lot of studs that we can get the ball to, throw it to him, run it to him, whatever. But we've got some good studs.
We always talk about the guys that carry the football and score the touchdown or throw the touchdown passes. I am so impressed, and I made this comment tonight, I am so impressed of all year long how our guys on the perimeter have blocked. They get on guys and they don't get off.
Yes. We harp on that so much. We really do. I mean, that is something that, we put on the practice plan. Stalk blocking.
Yeah.
It's something that Coach Reynolds takes pride in. They harp on it so much. They've got barrier stalk and stems. I mean, they got all kinds of little blocks they do just because we emphasize it so much. Because if you're going to run the ball to the edge like we're wanting to,
sure,
you got to get the edge sealed off, and our guys do a good job of it.
Well, and defensively, and O'Shea's pretty good, and our defense is just, we're very, very solid. Talk about the group in itself.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've kind of made a few changes here and there, and we're trying to really find what we're the best at. I harped on all week on tackling and takeaway. I think if you can take the ball away and give it back to our offense, we're going to be really good. And we just got to tackle better. We tackled a little bit too high last week, and that's like I told them. Anytime you tackle high, 2 things are going to happen. They're both bad. Right. You're either going to get a penalty for face mask or horse collar, or you're going to miss the tackle.
Right. So
we got to tackle better, take away ball, and just play with good leverage. And that's what I talk about that so much. And I finally got this group kind of figuring that out on how you play outside. And but anyway, but we're really trying to just harp on little things to make us a better unit.
Well, we have 3 games left. That means we played 7, so we're 6-1. I guess we're 4-0 in the conference, which is a pretty good start for the Hounds.
Pretty good start. I'll take it.
Yes, sir. We talk about look ahead, don't look ahead, but we go back on the road to Corning and back on the road to Pickett, which we had to do last year.
Yep.
And then Osceola back here, for the finale. 3 games left in the regular season and the second phase of the season, and then at 4-0 you're in the playoffs. You cannot not be in the playoffs. Right. You've secured a playoff spot at 4-0, and it's a great feeling to get in. But our aspiration is a lot bigger than just getting in.
It is, and that's always what worries when you go on the road. It doesn't matter who you play on the road. You can run into some adversity, and it can be a stumble game. So, man, I really want this, and I've been talking about this group all year long. Is just be undefeated in conference. Be undefeated in conference. Because if in my opinion, and this is just mine, when you want to be a conference champion, you beat everybody.
Yes, right.
You don't wait to somebody else to get beaten. You take care and do what you can control them, and we just beat everybody. And if we can beat everybody, it puts us in a good spot going forward. And ultimately, we're just trying to win as many games as we can in phase 3, and so we've got to finish out the season.
Well, and there's no doubt, and the conference championship is a huge deal, and we went a lot of years. We had a lot of them in a row, and then we had some times that we didn't get a lot of them in a row. But anytime you win a conference championship in today's game, I mean, that's an outstanding football team, no doubt about it.
It is. And you know, when what you're seeing out here is a bunch of kids playing with great effort.
It has been outstanding.
And doing their job. I mean, you know, we harp on what they're supposed to do, and that's why we feel comfortable saying do your job. And I think you're just seeing great effort. I mean, really. I mean, I'm seeing kids run through. I mean, I'm just seeing effort all over the field, and that,
at every position.
That is so comforting. It is so comforting because you know going into the next few weeks, they're going to play that same effort.
I've liked this football team since day one. I liked it the night that we lost to Pottsville. I liked it the next week, and I liked it every week since then. This team has a chance to be real special.
Yeah. They've got that grit, like I always talk about. They're gritty. They'll keep fighting, and that's a dangerous element.
4-0 in conference, the Newport Greyhounds. We're going to try to make it 5-0 next week. We go on the road to play the Corning Bobcats, and we're not going to look any further past that. He's Mark Hansley. He's the head football coach of the Newport Greyhounds, athletic director too, and what a job this guy has done for the Newport Greyhounds since you've been here. Coach Hansley,
thank you.
Congratulations on another big win.
Thank you, David.
Go Hounds.